I've like never done this before. Okay. Cool. Okay. Okay. I'm getting in the funk. I'm getting in the groove. Let's go. Okay. So, because I got my phone over here, so y'all can see all the stuff on here. So make sure like y'all can see like the screen. And then do you see both things at one time? You see both? Okay. So then what I will do to make it easier is until I show something, I'm gonna turn off my camera. Okay. Because I'm probably gonna do it at the end, so I'm not gonna do it like right at the beginning. How is everyone doing today? We had a little bit. Screen share is larger. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I turned off the camera on my phone. We had a little bit technical difficulties. This is the first time I've done this. Ermi was like, "Hey, you want to do this?" I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So hey, let's go. I got my water because I know my mouth will get dry. So who we got in here? What's up, Queen Mom? How you doing? Maybe give it a few more minutes since we started later to get people in here. How long you want me to wait, Ermi, before I start? Michelle! Said Kita. Did I say that right? Said Kita? I got my books. My Cherokee. Cool. Okay. We got Sarah in here. Jenny D. Dragon's in here. Neen's in here. Hi, Tiff. I didn't read your message. I was in scramble mode. Looks like people are trickling in. I didn't even get to see the full moon last night. Like, I took my daughter to the carnival and I was looking for this moon and I didn't see it at all. And then I came home and I was just tired and I just crashed. Like 2.5 hours at the carnival in like 95-degree heat. I'm snoring. All right. Well, let's get going. We gave it a few extra minutes. Looks like we got 17 in here. I don't know. Does this record? Ermy's recording. Cool. Okay, cool. All right. Well, some of y'all know me. My name's Edwin. I go by like 274 accounts on TikTok. So, but the ones that y'all probably see me on, I have my Eclectic Norse, and then I have my Crystal page, which is Iris Crystal Covering. Uh, it's named after the healing Norse god. Uh, she is gorgeous and beautiful. And so that's why I chose it. A little bit about me, right? I started TikTok during the epidemic, like so many. I've always been kind of spiritual. I started when I was younger. I've always been able to kind of like see things, and I had crazy dreams. And before I like now, I realize that it was more like astral travel because I was going places where I was like, what is this? So. But I kind of restarted my spiritual journey in October 22. I felt I needed to do something. So I saw crystals on TikTok one day, and it was one of those scoop things. And I was like, and I was really into Thor as like my main deity. And I was like, I need to do something. And all of a sudden, just randomly, I heard him say, like, this is your way in, this is your spiritual opening. So I found a wholesaler and I ordered my first set of crystals, and that was October of 2022. I got my first crystal order in November. Um, it just keeps buffering. Well, I haven't moved anything yet. Is it still buffering? Can you hear me okay? Because it's not gonna be like video or anything. It's just stuck. But anyways, so I started that, and then I started TikTok, doing crystal lives. Got my business license. Then I started doing sales in person, and then October of last year, I took Ermi's mediumship class, one of the first people in there, and I now do mediumship, tarot, and I am actually certified in Reiki 1 and 2. So just kind of intro what we're covering. Must have stones. Stones every person should own. How to set intentions, what is it, how to do it. We're going to go over zodiac signs and crystals, right? What stones are good for your sign, all right? And color meanings, right? Oh, so many colors, and what do they do? And how to cleanse your stones. So the one thing is, right? They don't need to be big, and they don't need to be fancy, right? The tiniest little stone will give the same vibrational energy as anybody or as any other stone, right? You could have a 2-foot stone and it'll be the same thing. The one thing you want to do, little tip in there, is you want to hold a stone in your hand and feel it. If it vibrates with you, that's the stone that's calling for you and matches your frequency. So you can go to those little metaphysical stores and they got the little bins of stones, and you look one and you just kind of grab each one and just hold it in your hand, and that will kind of you find the one that calls to you essentially. So as it puts, it just starts with one, your own. You just got to get one, whatever you call for. These are some of the ones I think that every person should own: rose quartz, clear quartz, obsidian, tourmaline, tiger's eye, selenite, citrine, labradorite, and amethyst. And hold on, I got incense going, and it's like smoking the house out. So sodalite, lapis, green aventurine, and carnelian. Yeah, literally just start with one to end with many. um, so, and I do have some of all of these in here, so you guys can kind of see if you've never seen what lapis um is. Um, or what sodalite looks like, what labradorite looks like. So I kind of have examples for the end. And then, yeah, take a screenshot. That or I can probably go into the crystal channel and write it all down in there. And so if screenshot doesn't work for you, I'll after the presentation, I'll do that. So just kind of the basis of each stone and what it does. And we are going to do like a Q&A afterwards. So if you have any questions, I suggest get a piece of pen or piece of paper and a pen, write it down. And all you can hear is my voice. It's not popping up for you. Oh. Um, yeah, so if you got any questions, get a pen, paper, write down, and then I'll open it up to questions afterwards. So rose quartz is right. Everyone knows rose quartz for that love, that self-love, that heart chakra, or for Scotty, the chakra. Healing heartbreak. It opens yourself up to love. The main reason I love rose quartz is that self-love. Like if you go through a breakup, it just helps heal that heart. You're buffering too. Like my sound is buffering. I have to get back out and then get back in because it might be connection. Yeah, I think it might be specific to certain people. So maybe jump out, jump back in. I think, yeah, because some people can see it. Here, let me stop and then re I'll resubmit it. Hold on. I'm doing it, redid it on mine. Yeah, it went away. It might be the laptop people having troubles. So yeah, if someone wants to put screenshots in the chat, that'll work. So, anyways, rose quartz, right? The other funny thing too is a lot of people think of like immediately, right, with the heart chakra that it's red, or I'm sorry, it's pink. It is pink also, but it's green too. So a green stone, right, green aventurine, amazonite, emerald can also work for that too. Um, clear quartz. Clear quartz is like the goat of crystals. Um, because it's programmable, and I'll touch base on that a little bit. Um, what that means is basically like you can tell it what you want it to do, right? Each crystal has multiple intentions that you can work with. Rose quartz's example has like 30 different types that it can do. But it always leads to typically, right, that heart, that love, emotions, healing, stuff like that. So clear quartz, if you don't have a specific stone, you can set those intentions, and we'll cover that later on. But you can also do the same thing as with that. It's good for the crown chakra. And again, if you program it for any specific one, you can do it for your root, your sacral, your solar, heart, throat, brow. The other thing with clear quartz is it boosts other stones' abilities. So if you pair it with another stone in a working, right, if you're doing this for intention base or if you're doing magic or witchcraft, any type of stuff, you can pair it with another stone and you tell a specific clear chord. It's like, hey, this is what I want you to do. I want you to boost this stone's ability. It also works for psychic abilities. Obsidian is great for grounding. It's your root chakra. It helps clear out those blockages of, early life where you start growing. So it's great for shadow work. That's another awesome thing that obsidian is good for. Uh-oh. What happened to the screen? Oh, my phone went weird. So it offers protection, and it helps with emotional transformation, right? Same thing, like that has to deal with that shadow work. So having a piece of obsidian with you while doing shadow work, or just if you're feeling in, like whenever I feel in the dumps, I always grab a piece of obsidian. I either wear obsidian bracelet or I grab one of my galaxy obsidians and just I carry that with me. Tourmaline is great for protection from negative energy. It's great for putting in your home to block out negative energy, right? One thing you do is if you have, if you live in an apartment, put it in the corners of your apartment. If you live in, a house, take that with some small pieces of clear quartz and bury it in the ground at the four corners of the house. And that offers a protection grid, right? But again, you have to set the intentions with those stones. So we'll cover that. Right. Again, that one's good for your root and your sacral, and it's great for purification. If you're trying to purify things, and also if you have fear, if there's things that you're trying to get over, if there's a fear that you're trying to overcome, it's great to meditate with that and then also use that in the transitioning of trying to overcome that fear. You're here for the pronunciations. Love it. Tiger's Eye is one of my favorites. I love Tiger's Eye, and you'll see why in a few slides. Um, Tiger's Eye is all about strength, courage, right? What's it named after? A tiger, right? When we see a tiger, what do we think of? A powerful, animal. It's great for the sacral and the solar chakra, right? It helps clear out those blockages. Your sacral and your solar does a lot of your emotions, so it helps with your emotions also, right? But also it has abundance properties too. So if you do money bowls, I always put tiger's eye in my money bowls, right? It helps with balance and then also with divination. And if I do another one, when it comes to divination, the stone types, right? You see skulls, you see eggs, you see spheres, towers, right? Raw pieces. They all have different meanings. Mushrooms, heart spoons, like they all do different things. So that's for another class that I save that for. This is just a basic overview of crystals. Selenite, right? Everybody should own selenite. Is great for cleansing, right? You use it for other stones. You get a selenite bowl. You pop your tumbles or your bracelets or your necklaces in the selenite bowl and just leave it in there for a little bit, and it helps clear out that junky junk that it just got throughout the day, right? I have a big selenite bowl that I put all my bracelets in, and when I'm done, I pop them in there. It's right crown and heart chakra. Because of the color of the stone, it is deeply tied to moon magic, right? So if you ever do any type of moon workings, then it's great to have that with you. Like we had that strawberry full moon last night that I didn't get to see. And so that's another great thing also. And it also gives clarity. And it does, like, these have so many different, right? It can also help with psychic abilities also. Like, they really do cover such a broad range of everything. Let me go back. Oh yeah, my little tip, if you couldn't see it, is my little tip is just this is the smallest of attentions that stones help with. All stones overlap. Usually it's what you feel called to the stone. Um, The colors of the stones also don't always mean you have to use it with just that one chakra zone because they cover so much, right? And I'll cover that a little bit later on, but that's something I just wanted to give a tip on. Citrine, good old citrine. Abundance. That's the first thing people think of citrine. Um, and yeah, you're good. I'm gonna cover everything on the screens. Yeah, and they're gonna screenshot and put it in there for whatever reason it's not working. So we got you. Don't worry. So abundance, right? Prosperity is the first go-to when people think of citrine. It definitely is more associated to the sacral, the solar, but it also is associated to the crown, right? That third eye, that intuition. So it's definitely, I use it for intuition also. So I have two sets of citrine that I use for each different thing. So, um, sexual energy, right? It's a good stone for that sexual energy, intuition and balance. Labradorite, right? Think of it's kind of like the dog, a Labrador, right? Labradorite. It's really great for communication. It opens up that throat chakra, right? Great thing to do with if you get tumbles of stones, meditate with them on each chakra point. I did a meditation once with a piece of labradorite on my throat, and um, boy, it worked wonders because I was having a hard time telling someone how I felt. And after that happened, oh, the floodgates opened. And I'm a Gemini, so you know how that works. So throat and brow, right? Labradorite is great for intuition, right? You psychics, you mediums, you tarot readers, right? That's a good one. Transformation, right? It helps you transform, um, kind of the way you think and the way you speak. Also, it can. What a lot of people don't know is that labradorite is actually really good for dream work. A lot of people don't know that. So you pop a piece of labradorite under a pillow at night, right? Set that intention, what you wanted to do, and throw it underneath. If there's something that you're trying to figure out, right? That dream work, that astral travel, it's actually a really good piece for that. Yes. I know, and I see you all the time, Michelle, with your in your pictures with your labradorite necklace, and every time I was like, "Ah, she got that from me." So, the other thing too is, so amethyst. I had to go back and add this one because I couldn't believe I forgot amethyst. Like that, it. I was about to be mad at myself if I didn't put this one in here. Princess, that's funny. So amethyst is really good for that physical healing, right? And emotional healing, but piece of amethyst and next to a bed if you're sick, right? Helps with that healing. Definitely also brow and crown, and it helps with that divine connection. It's that divine connection, right? Not that psychic connection, it's that divine connection. It's that ability to try to speak with, the divine beings, for that, right? So now we're going to move on to setting intentions and how you do that with your crystals. So first thing you want to do is you want to choose the crystal you want to work with, whatever piece it is, whatever you're feeling called to. You're going to cleanse the crystal with methods later in this presentation. You're going to hold the crystal up to your heart chakra, your third eye. The other way you can do it is you can just hold it in your hand out in front of you. You're going to clear your mind out and you're going to think positive affirmations. You're going to, of the intentions that you want to set, the issues that you want to focus on, and what you want that stone to work for you. It really is as simple as that. So many people over complicate this process and they don't make it simple. Like it really is that simple. And then so now we're gonna move to zodiac signs and crystals and what your zodiac sign is. The main thing to remember is that the crystal that calls to you is the need for you and your healing, right? I didn't include every zodiac sign that a crystal will take because it can, some might only have two, but it could do four. Color does have a lot of correlation to that. Do you notice the difference between chevron amethyst and regular amethyst? Yes, there is a difference between chevron amethyst and regular amethyst. So, like, regular amethyst is more for that healing and that divine connection for that. And then chevron amethyst has to do with more emotional healing for that chevron amethyst. Now, okay, so rose quartz, the Cancers, Capricorns, Taurus, and Libras. Clear quartz, Aries, Aquarius, and Gemini, right? Remember when I said when I have my favorite stone, right? Clear quartz is one of my favorite stones, and Tiger's Eye is my other favorite stone. Obsidian, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. And I mean, I do find it funny that the black stones are all Scorpio based. Jenny Dragon, my fellow Scorpion, you know my trauma. So I just found it hilarious that the dark stones is that Scorpio energy. But also Sagittarius, both for tourmaline. Also, that's hilarious. And then but for Obsidian, Capricorn also. And if you think about it, right, when we look at the zodiac sign for Capricorn, like when we think about how they are, like sometimes they do too much. We're like, okay, you need to like slow down a little bit. You wanted a black wedding dress? Facts. See what I mean? So also with tourmaline, right? Scorpio, Sag, and Pisces. And it's funny because when you think of tourmaline and Pisces, right? Why would Pisces need tourmaline? Right? It's that emotions that water symbol has, right? So it helps balance that 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 constant fluctuations of emotions. No, you guys got more too. Leo, you got more. I didn't put, but there's other ones. I said this isn't an all-inclusive list. We do the most, not too much. Diosa. So Tiger's Eye, Capricorn, Leo, and Gemini. Selenite, Cancer and Taurus. Amethyst, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Right? And this is only a small list of the stones. Right. Now, when we go into crystals, you are not too much, no. Crystals and colors, they have a purpose and an intention. Would I say chevron amethyst stronger than amethyst because of the white quartz? So here's the thing, though, right? A lot of people will don't understand when they see amethyst, and I was going to cover this a little bit. Amethyst itself is a quartz, so in itself, as a quartz, it's pretty strong. So even the chevron amethyst, right? It just has that different um properties of it because so and it looks different. So it's just where it comes from also. So I know you guys probably can't see this too much. You might be able to take a screenshot. I liked this. I was gonna take a right. This little a bun and I just pulled this up on the internet. So I still have the images, so I can upload this image into like a channel and show that. Because even Tiger's Eye is a quartz too. People don't know that. Tiger's Eye is a quartz, but because it's not see-through and it's not clear, they don't get it. Blue Tiger's Eye? What about Blue Tiger's Eye? So this list, right, it gives you winters, midwinter, right? It gives you the dates for the stones. It gives you the colors, indigo, purple, right, pink, red, orange, gives the different ones. And it kind of gives you, right, when we look at green, on this list with renewal and growth on the lower left corner, right? Spiritual development, fertility, fortune, health, birth, prosperity. All right, when we look at pink, right, rose quartz is self-esteem, insight, that ability to heal. All right, when we look at um, more of like the blue side, which would kind of lean into that labradorite, you have like acceptance and prophecy, purification, right? Honor, grace, compassion. So it kind of gives you the colors of it. Blue was told was better for Taurus. Maybe I've never heard that. Um, I know green is usually correlated to Taurus a lot because it's that earth energy. So this is a thing, and this is um, a great question, Neen, because it boils back to what I said. What does that stone do for you? It's your working. It is not my place to gatekeep and tell you, no, you can't use Blue Tiger's Eye for that. You got to use it for this, right? That's what it comes down to. Yeah, blue is calming, exactly. So, zodiac colors, right? Red, Aries, Sagittarius, right? Associated Aries, Sag, that fire energy, right? Green, Taurus and Virgo. Yellow, Gemini, Libra. Deep blue, Cancer and Pisces, right? Water. Orange, Leo and Taurus, right? So even Taurus is green, there still has an orange correlation to the Taurus. Brown, Virgo and Capricorn. Pink, the sources that I chose, I have a book, and my book literally only gave Libra and Cancer. I did check multiple sources for things, and I went on my intuition with this and what I felt was best, right? Black, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Purple, Sag and Virgo. Gray, Capricorn, Virgo. Light blue, Aquarius, Cancer. And in the low sum, all by itself, down at the bottom, is that seafoam green, Pisces. Now, some of you go, what is seafoam green? Um, Let me know if you guys can see this camera right now, right? So let me go through some stones real quick. So this is Caribbean calcite. This kind of has that seafoam green. So like this stone will be good for Pisces, right? Um, so a lot of people go like, what's that seafoam green, right? Amazonite, right? A lot of people don't realize it. Amazonite is kind of like that greenish seafoam green. So that would be good for Pisces. I'm turn that off and then I'll show the rest of the. All right. Now, crystal colors and intentions. Is my camera still? No. Oh, is it? Oh, you did a screenshot of that one. I was so confused, Jenny Dragon. I was like, girl, wait, why is that still showing? So, red colors, right? Anger, right? Garnet. I don't have any garnet, but that is a good one. Carnelian, even for anger. Also, halite, right? Halite is white, but it still deals with that. So you get that cross, and I'll kind of go through all of that. Sexual energy and fertility, carnelian. For green, we got money. Got money, money, money. This is Hermes. Hermes needs some green aventurine. And that emotions is great with an emerald. Right? Blue, growth is blue aragonite. Kind of hard to find, but that's a good one. Calcite, blue calcite. And let me actually do this. Let me go back in here because I have some of this stuff on here. So let me show you. So this is blue calcite. Okay, so that's blue calcite. Um, I do have green aventurine, and then some emerald. So let me actually grab some of that, and I will show you. So I just have a bracelet of green aventurine. I have a turtle, but I can't find it. So this is green aventurine, right? So you just kind of see, and there's different formulations of it. Like it'll be thicker, some will be a little bit more lighter. So this is emerald. When you look at that little piece right there in the middle, like right there, see that's the emerald. So this is with tourmaline and quartz. Citrine. Okay, these are both citrines, just as one's polished and one's a raw. So luck for citrine, even though it also does for money. Um, Fluorite, right? Actually, my bad. Hold on. Yellow fluorite. So this is yellow fluorite. So yellow fluorite has to do with joy. Tiger's eye is great for courage, and this falls under orange, right? So this is good old tiger's eye. And then peach moonstone falls under the orange category. And this has to do with soothing the heart. And I don't know why, but it's not letting me get into um, the chat. So I can't see any questions. Black. I don't have any onyx, but negativity is great for onyx is great for negativity, but also is tourmaline. So this is tourmaline. And then this is obsidian. So when you see the two, even though they're black, like you can tell the difference. Right, obsidian typically is really shiny. Tourmaline typically has like a dull matte finish to it. And they both kind of go over the same thing. The other thing with that would be more of a black color is smoky quartz. Has to do with emotions. So it helps processing those emotions. This is carnelian from earlier. All right, so this is that sexual energy and fertility. And remember when I said howlite is good for anger and anxiety? This is howlite. So this is what howlite looks like. Now, fun fact, they will take howlite and they will dye it green. And they call it turquoise. Real turquoise is expensive. So if you see cheap turquoise, like $5 turquoise, it is more than likely howlite um, dyed, right? So anxiety. And then also clear quartz is great for self-work and all this other good stuff. Why is it not letting me see the chat? I'm just kind of going through, see if I missed anything in the chat, any questions or anything. Steven's Universe. Pyrite is really good for abundance and like yeah, for pyrite is good for money too. I put that in money bowls. Yeah, that green aventurine right there and the little pendulum. Okay. And then yeah, I'll take some pictures and put stuff in the crystal channel. Yeah, that's actually a personal piece of mine. So I do like and I did cover this as I'm approved. So I do sell crystals if y'all don't know. So so I do sell crystals. So if you need anything, um, I don't have everything, but my prices are really reasonable. And I just kind of do it to help, survive. um, right now, 10 ways to cleanse your crystal. Right, water. Okay, but there's a big but to this. Certain crystals you do not use water with, okay? Anything that pretty much ends with ite, I-T-E, you do not use water, right? Selenite, celestite, sodalite's okay, even though it ends in I-T-E. Those ones. What's another one? Um, Angelite is a really soft stone that you do not use water on. So, when in doubt, Google it out. All right, jump on Google or send me a message. Hey, can I use water on this? Pretty much any hard stone. Fluorite is okay with water. Quartz definitely. Moonstone. Labradorite's okay for water because it's a feldspar. Right? You want to look at the softness levels. Pretty much anything of like a 3 and under, you don't use water on or any type of liquid. Um, because it like selenite will dissolve in water. Okay, brown rice, you can bury it in brown rice, bury it in the ground outside. You got a backyard, go dig a hole, pop that crystal into the ground overnight. Okay. Um, Sand? I've never heard of sand, but I don't see why not. It's earth, so it would fall into the category of soil. Um, okay. Let me get back in here, back out here, and let me, I got a couple things here. Turn on the camera, okay? Smoke cleansing, right? Palo Santo, sage, incense sticks, right? Smoke cleansing of any sort, juniper, cedar, all that stuff is really good at that. Um, right? Sound healing, okay? Couple of ways of sound healing. You got sound bowls, right? A bell, hold it in your hand and hum into it, right? And that'll also cover breath work at the bottom, right? So when you hold a crystal in your hand like this and you hum to it, that's catching your breath. So the sound vibration is another way to cleanse out that energy. Okay. So just holding it in your hand, right? This is amethyst. This is amethyst, right? These are different pieces of amethyst. Different qualities, different localities. Give you an example. This is labradorite. Okay, it's a feldspar. This is black moonstone. This is also feldspar. This is white moonstone. Okay, this is also feldspar. So the feldspar is the category, right? So there's different types of labradorite. This is black lab. So all these three is basically a type of labradorite. So kind of give you that example. Right. Purpose made cleanser, if you make something specifically, like salt water, with like maybe some oil or something like that, or like water and some like essential oils would be like a good cleansing, right? But again, watch that liquid, what you use it on, right? And then other crystals, selenite, right? Plates, bowls, just setting it near it, right? When you look at it metaphysically, vibration wise, right, it will cleanse it because it's near it. Sunlight, moonlight, what everybody loves, right? Amethyst. You do not want to put amethyst in the sun long term. A lot of people don't know that. And they get amethyst and they leave it by a window because it's so pretty. And then what happens is that purple color goes away and they're like, why is that gone? because the sun bleaches it out. So, and then moonlight. Moonlight is another one. Right? Full moon, new moon, different intentions for what you want to cleanse crystals with. They all have a reason. So, right, that's pretty much the end of it. It gives us about 10 minutes for questions. So Q&A time. But as with anything spiritual and metaphysical world, is the intentions is everything. Take the time to feel what you're being called to and the need, because that is what it boils down to. It is you and your practice. It is your spiritual life. It doesn't matter what I tell you or what anyone else tells you. So if you guys got any questions, I'm gonna turn the camera around. I mean, I'll show. Well, let me show you some other stuff. This is golden healer, so that's a quartz, clear quartz, smoky quartz, tiger's eye, right? Is still a quartz. This is rose quartz. And then something I did want to touch base on, and a lot of people don't notice they too. So this is sodalite, okay? This is some of the stuff I give people with my orders. Sodalite. This is lapis lazuli. A lot of people get these two confused because they're so similar. But the main difference between the two of them, and I'm going to confuse you even more, is that lapis lazuli is always UV reactive. Sodalite is not. But if you get it from the Middle East, they have UV reactive sodalite. So even though they look very similar, they are very much different. And this is like another sodalite, right? So this is the different colors. Kim, you overslept. Um, so if anyone got any questions, let me flip this camera around. Y'all can see me. If you guys want to see, if you've never seen my stuff, I can show you the crystals that I have right now, like my whole collection. I can show you my personal pieces. Um, I don't probably, I think this was stated for an hour, so we got a few more minutes. Oh, books too, y'all, books. Okay. Um, get books, like, right? It, here's the other thing I feel like I need to say, right? Website, Google. I like find a website that you feel called to. Yeah, Lapis has pyrite. Find a website that you feel called to, right? You don't because you can check, right? Google Tiger's Eye metaphysical properties, Tiger's Eye healing properties, and you're gonna get 20 websites with 20 different things. And so I don't have a website. I am gonna work on doing a Discord, I think, for it, but that's my TikTok page. The one that you see me on. That's my I'm gonna stop sharing so y'all can see me here. But books, websites, find a book that you feel called to work with. Because you're gonna get different things. One really good book is the Crystal Bible. They have 3 versions. That is like the go-to for crystals. And then, and so if you guys want to see, um, yeah, I'll probably go live tomorrow. Um, but just kind of give you an example. This is like my setup. So, malachite. This is malachite, right? So this also, right, green abundance, but also great for like metaphysical properties. African bloodstone. There's just so many different types of crystals out there. This is mookaite. Um, Cephalerite. Right. This is African blood. This is dragon's blood. Dragon's bloodstone. Right. Ocean jasper. A lot of people haven't seen Vivianite, so this is Vivianite. Vivianite is great for like it's connected to the death realm because this stuff grows on decomposing organic matter. Um, yeah, so a bunch of different stuff, you know. This is UV reactive Uperlite. So, and this is just kind of like, let me turn this light on, right? This is selenite from Utah. This is from the Himalayas mountains in Indonesia. And then this is some of my personal stuff up here. And just my own personal collection up here. This is one of my favorite. I have like two pieces of moss agate that I'm really I love. And then this is Mexican selenite. This is apophyllite with black chalcedony. So as you can kind of see, I mean, I sell crystals, but it kind of is a passion of mine. So I have tarot decks and lots of different types of crystals. So I will I'll talk with Ermi and see where she wants me to put like maybe pictures, slides or something like that for you guys. How do I remember each one? You know how often I'm asked that question? God, bye, Jenny Dragon. Um, it's repetition. It's doing it over and over again. It's just like with anything, right? It's something that I've been called for, but yeah, Mexican selenite because it's from you guys. You want to see like legit what it looks like? Like I know I didn't show it that well, but it's like it's super clear quality. So that and it's kind of like the same with, and this is aragonite, snowflake obsidian. Snowflake obsidian is really good for emotions. So and then yeah, this Utah selenite, it's kind of the same thing. Super clear, but this golden. It's also technically it's called golden selenite. So selenite it does it can if you take a fingernail to selenite it will scratch it because it's like the mossness. Sorry, the moss level like 1.2 or 2. It's super. So Bree, I will agree with you. I know people say no, it doesn't, but um, I tend to agree that raw pieces hold more energy because they're in more natural form as they came out of the earth, right? Like the citrine, right? This is the way it came out. So this was like this is what was facing the outside. They cracked it and broke it, and then this is what was underneath. So I do. That is the one where I will, I don't tell people like I'm like, no, you're wrong, but that's the one where I'll be like, me, and then that's where the shapes come into play, right? Spheres, eggs, skulls, stuff like that. So, alrighty. Any final questions? It is 5 o'clock my time. Don't want to take y'all's time any longer. If there's any final questions y'all want, if you guys do are looking for anything, feel free to send me a message on here or on TikTok. If I don't have it, I can probably get it. I know with Jenny Dragon, she sent me a message and was like, "I need a really deep, dark purple amethyst." I said, "Okay, what's your limit?" And then I got a piece and had it picked and delivered to her um within like a week. You're welcome, Michelle. I know, Tim. Well, I appreciate y'all coming. I really do. This is my first presentation I've ever done. So the nerves were there a little bit, but I went through it. Thank you, Army, for having me up and asking me and pushing me outside my comfort zone. Yeah, make sure you spell it the way I kind of have it. I think it does have the apostrophe in it, but you should be able to. But if you Eclectic Norse is my other I do have a Beacons link on there, and so I'm gonna be redoing things because I'm not doing private readings right now, because it's summer and my kids. But I'm gonna be changing stuff up. It's gonna take me a little bit, but I'm changing stuff up. So if anyone has any questions, wants to hang out and chat, I'll hang out with y'all. But if y'all want to bounce, and then we'll uh we'll end it when we end it. I don't know if Jessica has to end it. I don't know how it works. I have no idea how this works. And I'm Ermi's favorite, to be honest. Like, I'm her favorite Gemini. Just a little bit. I had to. Yeah, if y'all ever come into my lives, when I do tarot readings or mediumship, my vibe is very, I have, I talk about anything and everything. I think mediumship and spiritual life should be fun. I don't think it should be, I don't think it should be, there should be nothing gate kept or not talked about. So, um, I don't know why it's not letting me back into. There's the comments. So I talk about anything, and I'm very open and I share a lot of vulnerability. So I talk about, stuff that happens to me personally because it affects people too. So a lot of times, like I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea and vibe, and some people don't come in because of maybe some of the stuff I talk about, but you know, when it comes to crystals and healing and mediumship, I don't hold anything back at all. So, um, you know, there's days where I can be professional and there's days where I'm not. Thanks, Cherokee. So, I'll probably go live doing mediumship maybe later tonight. And then I'll definitely try for y'all. I'll go live on crystals tomorrow. And I'll post a video on my tarot page linking it saying, "Hey, I'm going live over there." And I always have good tunes. Like people come for the jams. So that's the other thing. If y'all like hip hop, I got the good music. So, all right. So I don't know how y'all end this. Do I just leave or do y'all cancel it all? Because I have no idea I don't know how you do this. You leave and we got. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for coming out and I appreciate y'all. You're welcome, Jess.